Federal government is launching a more than $6 billion aid package for businesses impacted by the U.S. tariffs and relaxing some employment insurance rules to help workers. Personal finance has been a top worry for Canadians as they've been watching the news unfold this week. And we've received many emails about this topic. So here to walk us through some of what you've been sending in is Dan Burrett. Dan, I mean, I've seen some of these. There's a lot of people who are very concerned, not only the big picture, but also the smaller picture here.
It's everything. It's the old song, money, 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 and it keeps going. And many of you have been sending in emails. In fact, in just the past few minutes, one of the we got was from Rob Wilson, who says, I'm a senior citizen whose retirement savings are invested in the stock market. Certainly been volatile this week. My retirement income is determined by the strength of that market, which market has tanked in the last week as a result of his words, this dumb policy on the part of Trump. We appreciate the email, Rob Wilson. We wondered about that volatility, so we went to Kin Lo. He's an associate professor at UBC Sauder School of Business. Have a listen.
If you are in retirement and relying on income from your retirement funds, then the portion of your investments in the stock market should be a lot less than when you are still a working adult and accumulating your retirement funds. So the exposure should be somewhat less than before. And given that, certainly there are concerns with how the stock market reacts to various pronouncements from the White House. And for those with a weaker stomach, certainly reducing exposure would be a smart move.
All of that advice from Kin Lo comes not long after you may have received an email or a call if you have a financial advisor at your bank around RRSP contributions and giving to your TFSA. So a lot to consider in a week that's felt like a month, Sarah.
You know, he mentioned there's pronouncements from the White House. The stock market reacts to it. We know a lot of people who know Donald Trump have said that the president is watching that very closely. But others who are watching it, what else are they saying?
Well, they're wondering, and we'll call it speculation. We did have an email from Kevin Stinson. He's from Landis, Saskatchewan, who says, with Trump stating he's not watching the stock markets, that was one statement from the president, caused me to wonder if he was, for his post-term future or on Elon Musk's behalf, would an advantage be had to, quote, buy low? We also received an email with a bit more of a speculative tone from Catherine Morris, who was wondering about international market manipulation and whether or not Donald Trump may be doing this deliberately to benefit himself and others. We put that to Kin Lo as well. Here's what he said.
Historically, we had watchdogs in the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission and the like, but the rule of law is highly in question at the moment, and the Attorney General is it's unclear to what extent, if at all, that Attorney General would pursue charges against the president, and of course the president also has the ability to grant immunity against federal charges for his family and friends.
And forgive me, the last portion of Catherine's question was, are there any watchdogs in place to guard against this, or have they all been fired? Those questions about registered investment funds, it has run the gamut on a week that has run the gamut, Sarah.
Yeah, and we're going to get into a lot of those. And, you know, sometimes it is speculation that people want, but there is a lot of chatter like that online right now. So thanks, Dan, for getting to the bottom of it and getting some real answers.